Welcome back, legends. I hope you're all amazing. On today's video, all the way from Germany, we are checking out the GEHENNA Distortion pedal from Lichtlaerm Audio. Daniel over at Lichtlaerm Audio was kind enough to send me this pedal to check out, and like everybody who is not a native German speaker reviewing this pedal, I do apologize for my attempt at the pronunciation. Feel free to rank me out of 10 in the comments section below. But basically, we've got a 2-channel distortion pedal that is designed to be run into a clean amplifier with a very extensive EQ section in here. So let's get into it and let's get filthy. There's 10 knobs and 2 foot switches on this pedal. So I want to take the time to explain what the knobs do on their own and how they interact with one another. That really is the key to getting a wide range of tones out of this particular pedal. Along the top, we've got 2 gain controls, which you can foot switch with the left foot switch. To my ears, they are also voiced ever so slightly differently. You've got the cut control, which is super powerful in here. Just think of it like a tight control. It's just a little pre-gain filter that is going to let you fine tune your guitar's response to the rest of the pedal. Then you've got a level control, active bass and treble controls. On the bottom, you've got depth and presence, which are like on an amp, and then you've got an active low mid and high mid. I love semi-parametric mids on pedals like this. It really lets you dial it in, not only for your taste, but for your guitar and the rest of your rig. Speaking of which, I've got my PRS SC245 plugged into the GEHENNA. That's going into the Synergy TDLX module, a Synergy 5050 power amp. I'm loading it down with my Fractal X load, and I'm loading up one of my own IRs that you can get for free in the video description. Let's hear the bypass tone. Then I'm going to start out by just getting the bass and treble control where I like them and playing with the cut control. Let's go. That immediately has a pretty unique character going on. I love the fact that I was able to dial out a little bit of harshness with the treble control immediately. Some distortion pedals just have this tone control that doesn't really do too much. At minimum, it's too much, and as you turn it up, it only gets worse. In here, I like that I was able to hear the sort of character of the pedal and then just go, you know what, there's too much high end for my taste, bring it out. And then the cut control in there is super powerful. We can really, really tighten things up or let them kind of boom and bloom. I'll let you hear the difference between gain 1 and gain 2 on here, because to my ears, they definitely sound a little different. I'm just going to bring the gain control up a little bit on both of them. And it might just be, you know, the differences in pot tapers or something like that, but have a listen to it. I'm going to switch between them with this foot switch here. Very, very cool. I like this mode with the blue LED, which I think is gain 1. I'm going to see how much gain we have on gain 1 now. Yeah, I'm loving that mode right there. Okay, so I've kind of got the bass and treble where I like them. The cut control is happening. I've got the two different gain channels on there. The real magic happens when you start playing with this bottom row of knobs here, and they are indented in the middle, which I think is really handy. So let's do this with a low mid and the high mid. I'm going to bring up the low mid and bring down the high mid. Then I'll do the opposite. This basically transforms the pedal between totally different shades of filth. Shades of filth. I like the sound of that. Oh, the wheels are starting to fall off my playing right there. That's actually a good sign. I'm really, really enjoying that. You can hear in there the low mid and the high mid control. They're kind of the stars of the show in my opinion. But this bottom row of controls in general, I feel like you would want to use those to really like fine tune your amp. So you use those as your like set and forget controls, and then the rest of it you dial in for the specific character that you want in there. So you could hear by bringing the cut control all the way down, boosting up some bass and depth, and really bringing the presence up. You get loads of fizz. You almost get this kind of like HM2 or fuzz kind of thing happening on there. It's kind of doomy, stonery, or you bring the cut control up, you boost the little parametric mids in here, you bring a bit of bass out in there, and you've kind of got like an 80s style sound in there, not necessarily like a hair metal tone or anything like that, or a specific thrash tone, but it's more that old school distortion pedal. The other thing that I think is really cool on this is the level control on a lot of distortion pedals. You know, once you turn it up past a particular point, it just kind of like destroys the input of your amp, which is kind of the point, like, you know, like the HM2 chainsaw thing. But sometimes you just want a boost on there. You want the tone and you want it louder. So there's some compensation in the circuit so that as you turn it up, it doesn't just go totally crazy. I'll give you an example. Let's maybe bring some of these controls back a little bit. Some are a little bit less totally insane, and I'll go back over to gain 1. Just have a listen to where we're at. Truly titanic amounts of output from that level control. I'm going to switch over to the Synergy 800 module now, and I'm going to use these settings to just kind of try to tailor this to an extreme mid boost into that Marshall style circuit. All right, you're going to hear the sound with the pedal bypass, then I'm going to bring it in. Kind of just want insane amounts of saturation for a lead sound. So this would be my rhythm sound, then lead sound. Very nice, and now let's go crazy with the active EQ on here. I'm boosting the bass and the treble, a little bit of extra low mid, a little less high mid on there, and I've got the cut all the way down, the level down, but the overall gain up. I want some doom out of this. What do we get? So you can get ridiculously filthy and nasty. I'm going to take it even further because why not while we're here? Boosting the low, high, mid, and presence control, bring out a bunch of depth. Cut control is quite low, loads of gain. I'm actually going to back the gain controls off a little bit and bring the level control up. We'll just see how kind of spitty and nasty and fuzz-like we can get this still into that 800 module. So into an already crunchy amp, that's where all the ridiculous stuff lives. And I think any distortion pedal willing to call itself a distortion pedal has to be able to get super extreme like that. However, my favorite tones out of this were the more amp-like tones we heard at the start of the video with the clean TDLX, which I've switched back to. And, you know, just a little extra low mid, a little less high mid on their pretty conservative settings overall. Again, we go from this clean sound to that dirty sound. I'm going to end it right there with the GEHENNA. If you would like to learn more, check the video description. Again, shout out to Daniel for sending me over not just this pedal, but a few others, which you are going to see and hear on the channel very soon. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, there are a variety of different links you can follow to support me directly, or you can buy some of my music, or just grab yourself some of the free stuff in the video description and enjoy it. You can join the Discord server, come and hang out and chat. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.